I am making a Chaos deck profile. This is currently the deck I'm playing that I liked the most. Which, the only thing I can think of that would improve it would be adding cards like Bestial Magnuma, Druid Swarms, Serenir, Lubellion, Baldric, maybe one Albalos. I don't know about that one yet. But those will make this deck a whole lot better, but since I don't have them, I'm just playing the deck with what I have. The only issue of this deck is that you can lock yourself into light and dark synchros from the extra deck very easily. So, I'm still learning how the deck is. This is just, again, an experimental version. Once I've figured out how I want to play the deck, I'll make another profile. Another thing I am thinking about doing is mixing it with Thunder Dragons. But starting off with the monsters, I play 3 copies of Core of Chaos. Core of Chaos can be special summoned from your hand by banishing a light or dark monster. Right? It is light or dark. My bad. You banish a dark monster from your hand or graveyard to special summon it. And if this card is special summoned, you can target a Shell of Chaos that is banished on your graveyard, special summon it. And if you use that effect, then you are locked into light or dark synchros. As well as when this card leaves the field, it's just removed from play. Also, it cannot be normal summoner set. I also play 3 copies of Shell of Chaos, which cannot be normal summoner set. And then Shell of Chaos has a similar effect to Core of Chaos, except you banish a dark monster from hand or grave. It can summon back a banished Core of Chaos, and then locks you in light or dark. Then I play 3 copies of Chaos Witch. Chaos Witch has the effect you can tribute it, summon 2 Dark Fiend, or 2 level 2 Dark Fiend monsters, or tokens, that have 1000 attack and 500 defense. And then if it is banished, then you can summon 2 Light Fairy Tuner monsters that are level 2 with 500 attack and 1000 defense. And you can only use each effect of Chaos Witch once per turn. Oh, my bad. You can only use 1 Chaos Witch effect per turn only once that turn. So if you tribute it and then banish it, you do not get light tokens. And then again, if you use either of its effects, then you're locked into light or dark synchros from the extra deck. Then I play 3 copies of Chaos Mirage Dragon. Chaos Mirage Dragon has the effect of once per turn you can target a light or dark monster that is banished, summoned to your field, its effects negated. And then you cannot special summon monsters with next check for this turn except light or dark synchros. And then this card is sent to the graveyard for the synchro summon of a light or dark monster. You can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of other monsters used for synchro summoning to then banish them. So if you or 2 on Chaos Mirage Dragon with 2 Dark Beast tokens, then you get to target 2 cards your opponent controls and banish them. And you can only use each effect of Chaos Mirage Dragon once per turn. Then for supporting monsters, play 1 copy of Chaos Valkyria, 1 Collapse Serpent, and 1 Wyverburster. Valkyria can be summoned by banishing a light or dark monster from your graveyard. And then when it leaves the... Let's see, where is it? If this card is banished, you can send a light or dark monster from your deck to the graveyard. But you cannot use the effects of monsters for that same name for the rest of the turn. And you can only use that effect of Chaos Valkyria once per turn. Wyverburster can be summoned by banishing a dark monster. If it leaves the field, you can add Collapse Serpent to your hand. And Collapse Serpent does the same thing except reversed, where you banish a dark summon it, and then when it leaves the field, you add Wyverburster. Then I play 3 copies of the Chaos Creator. The Chaos Creator has the effect you can only be special summoned by banishing a light and dark from grave. But once per turn, you can target 3 banished monsters, summon 1 of them to your field, and shuffle and put the other 2 at the bottom of the deck in any order. And you can only use that effect of the Chaos Creator once per turn. And I also play 3 copies of Effect Veiler. Just because the light you can get to the grave, and you can actually recycle it because of if you banish it, or just by banishing it, you can keep recycling Effect Veiler. Although Effect Veiler might end up coming out for 3 copies of the Creator, once I'm able to get them, just because there's a funny card in the deck. I don't know if I'll end up taking these out or another card, which I will get to later, which I'll probably take out the latter. Then, to finish off the monsters, I play 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Ash Blossom just in here because it's a really good hand trap. I don't think Ash Blossom will ever not be good. But that is it for the monsters. There is one thing I would change with the extra deck, and I will get to that once I actually get to it. For the spells, I play 1 copy of Foolish Burial, Called by the Grave, just so you can target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, or target an effect monster in your opponent's grave, banish it, and for the rest of the turn, monsters with that same original name have their effects negated. Then I play 3 copies of Foolish Burial Goods. This lets you send a spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard and collect 1 goods per turn. Then I play 3 copies of Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness lets you draw 2 and then banish a dark monster. But if you cannot banish a dark monster, then your entire hand is sent to the graveyard. One thing I like doing with this is activating it, banish the Chaos Switch. So then you get the 2 light tuners. But if I don't need them, then I would technically want to banish something else and then tribute the witch for 2 level 2 dark non-tuners. Anyway, I also play 3 copies of Shadow's Light. This card lets you target a dark monster you control. Then special on a light monster from your deck or actually with the same original type and level. I'm going to try that again just because I feel like I messed up. You tribute a dark monster, summon a light from your deck or extra deck with the same original type and level. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard so that you can get an additional normal summon of a light or dark monster for that turn. And then during the turn you activate either one of Shadow's Light effects. Your battle phase is skipped and you can only use each effect of Shadow's Light once per turn. This is another card I'm experimenting with, which is a reason why I'm going to add the Chaos Creator to this deck. Because you can summon the Chaos Creator, activate its effect, tribute, you target it, you banish the Chaos Creator with this, so you can summon the Creator. I feel like I'm reading this card wrong. Yeah, I'm reading it wrong, my bad. You target a dark, summon 1 from your deck or actually the same level and type, but it being light. This is a new card, please forgive me for getting its effects wrong. But you summon the Chaos Creator, activate this, target the Chaos Creator, summon the Creator, which cannot be special summoned from the graveyard, but you typically be summoning from the deck or banished. To then be able to discard a card, target a card in your monster in your grave, summon it. Anyway, going on to the card I'm very familiar with is 3 copies of Chaos Space. Chaos Space lets you discard a light or dark monster from your hand to add the opposite attribute from your deck to your hand, as long as it is a level 4 or higher monster that cannot be normal summoned or set. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one of your banished monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set, put it at the bottom of the deck, and if you do, draw 1 card. You can only use each effect at Chaos Space once per turn, and I actually found out something really funny you can do with this card with Cypher Immortal Mega. Then for the traps, I play 3 copies of Chaos Phantasm. This lets you target a banished light tuner and dark non-tuner, shuffle them back into the deck, and if you do, special summon a light or dark synchro monster that's level is equal to their combined level. The only downside of this card is that whatever you summon is not actually synchro summoned. That's really the only downside. But that is it for the spells and traps. Moving on to the extra deck, I play 3 copies of Chaos Beast. Chaos Beast has the effect of if a card is banished at any time during the turn, then it gains 1,000 attack. Once per turn, you can target a banished light or dark monster, or one of your banished light or dark monsters, add to your hand. And if this card's in the graveyard other than the turn it was sent there, you can banish a light and dark from your grave, special summon this card, and you can use each effect of Chaos Beast once per turn. Then I play 1 copy of Chaos Goddess. Chaos Goddess is rarely synchro summoned in this deck, but it has the effect of once per turn you can send a light monster from your hand to the graveyard, Target a level 5 or higher dark monster in your grave, special summon to your field and defense, but it cannot be used as synchro material. Typically what you'll be doing with this is summoning back something like Chaos Beast, and then have Chaos Beast return a banished thing to your hand. Then I play 3 copies of Chaos Archfiend. Archfiend gains 2000 attack during the turn that a card is banished. It can attack every monster your opponent controls, and if it destroys a monster in battle, that monster is removed from play. As well as, it also has the effect, if this face-up card you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, I believe that's how it's worded, you can special summon a Chaos Synchro monster from your extra deck, except for Chaos Archfiend, and then you can only use that effect of Chaos Archfiend once per turn. Which, fun fact, this card's only activated effect is when it leaves the field because of an opponent's card. Its effect to banish anything it destroys, and gaining 2000 is not technically an activated effect. Then I play 1 copy of Draco Berserker the Tiny, Cyframe Lord Omega, and Thought Ruler Archfiend. Draco Berserker has the effect of, if your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish that monster. And then if this card destroys an opponent's monster, if it destroys an opponent's effect monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can have it gain attack equal to that monster's attack points, and then again attack again. And you can only use that effect of Draco Berserker continue once per turn. Or my bad, you can only use each effect of Draco Berserker continue's effects once per turn. And then Omega has the effect of, during your opponent's standby phase, you can have it target one of your banished cards, return it to the graveyard, which is what I like to do with Chaos Space, because you can banish it, put a card at the bottom of the deck, draw a card, and then you can use Omega to put Chaos Space back in your graveyard so you can do it again next turn. And Omega also has the effect of, during your opponent's main phase, you can activate its effect to then banish itself and 1 card in your opponent's hand from play until you move them both from play until your next standby phase, where the opponent's card returns to their hand and Omega returns to your field. And if Omega's in your graveyard, you can then have it target one other card in your graveyard, shuffle both into the deck, and if you do, draw 1 card. And Thought Ruler Archfiend's in this deck because you can pay 1,000 life points if your opponent activates a card or effect that would target a psychic monster you control to then negate it. And then if it destroys a monster at value, you gain life points equal to the destroyed monster's original attack points. Which it's in here for the latter effect, just because sometimes you do need life points, and with how time rules are now, gaining life points is not that bad a thing. Then for the non-light and dark synchros of the deck, I play 1 copy of Changing, 1 Baron, and 1 Synchro Dragon. These are going to be the hardest monsters to make in this deck, in my opinion, until I can learn how to play the deck better, so that I can summon them before locking myself in the light and dark synchros. Crystal Wing has the effect of, if it battles a monster that if it battles a special summon monster that is level 5 or higher, it gains attack equal to that monster's attack during a damage calculation. And if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can discard, or you can negate the activation of that effect, destroy it, and if you do, Crystal Wing gains attack equal to that card's destroyed monster's original attack, which can activate in damage calculation. I only mention that because I actually got cheated out of winning in a game with Dinos, because I was told that does not actually work when it does. And then Baron can once per turn target 1 card in the field, destroy it, and then once while it's face up in play, if your opponent activates a card or effect, it can negate the effect, destroy it. And then during your standby phase, you can target a level 9 or lower monster in your graveyard, return this card to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon the target. And then Changing gains 100 attack and defense for each of your banished cards, while your opponent's monsters lose 100 attack and defense for each of your banished cards. If it would be destroyed by, what is it, battle or card effect? Let's see. If it would be destroyed by card effect, you can banish 1 card from your graveyard instead. And if a card is banished, you can banish 1 card from your opponent's field and graveyard. So it's a really decent interruption, especially when you can just activate a thing, banish from the grave, and then this will trigger. And then I also play 1 copy of Chaos Angel and 1 copy of Psychic End Punisher. The main thing I would change with this extra deck is that Punisher would be a second copy of Chaos Angel. Just because the Chaos deck can summon Chaos Angel very easily. I think Chaos Angel is actually the second easiest monster to summon in this deck. The Chaos Angel has the effect of when it's special summoned, you target one card in the field and banish it. And then you can treat any light or dark monster as a tuner for its synchro summoning. And then it has two other effects it gets depending on whether or not you use a light or dark monster for its synchro summoning. Which is, if you use a light monster, your synchro monsters are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. My bad. They're unaffected by your opponent's activated monster effects. And then if you use a dark monster, none of your monsters can be destroyed by battle. And you can only use each effect of Chaos Angel once per turn. And then Punisher's only here because I can make it by normal summoning Ash and tuning it with a level 8 synchro I have. But Punisher honestly needs to come out for a second Chaos Angel, but for now Punisher's just a decent monster because at the start of the battle phase, you can activate its effect so you gain life points equal to the difference in your life points and your opponent's life points. And if your life points are lower than your opponent's, then it's unaffected by your opponent's card effects. But that is it for my Chaos deck profile. If you have any ideas what I can do to improve the deck, any ideas that decks like to see being made in the future, or decks like to see face each other, feel free to comment down below. Thanks for watching.